Hi, Helen from crystalsandcrochet.com here. In this very short video tutorial, I just want to show you how to get your top loops from treble or longer stitches nice and neat and the same size as all of your other stitches. A lot of people have a problem with this first treble when you're having to skip some stitches and you're working a shell, whether it's individual trebles or whether it's something like a treble cluster. A lot of people have this problem of this first loop being very stretched and loose. Okay, so what we want to achieve is that this top loop is the same size as all of the other stitches. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that out. Okay, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. The way that I normally work, I've got the video camera really close up because I want you to be able to see this quite clearly. So the way that I normally work, if normal, to skip 3 stitches when we're making something the length of a treble. Okay, so I'm going to skip those 3, go into this one. Now normally what I would do is push where this last stitch is made as close to as possible to where that new one's going to go, and I keep my finger on the back of it like this. Pick up your loop, and then I tend to yarn over rather than pick up with my hook. Okay, the less movement, the least amount of movement possible on the hook here, the better it will be. So then just pinch the bottom of the stitch and pull through. Put your yarn over again, pull through. Okay, and you'll notice all the time I've got my finger on that stitch. Yarn over again and pull through, and you'll see that that stitch is exactly the same size. I think possibly it does make a slight difference if you're pencil grip or knife grip, but you can still, if you're, obviously I work pencil grip, if you're knife grip you can still push those as close together as possible and keep a hold here. But there is another way that you might find easier. Okay, so again with the treble we're going to yarn over twice. I'm going to skip those 3 stitches. Right, so we're going to work into this stitch. But we're doing it this way, you do 1 less yarn over than you need. Okay, so for a treble we normally do 2, so we're just going to do 1. Go into that stitch, pick up your loop and come through 2. Now normally for a treble you would need another yarn over and through 2. So what you're going to do is pinch that part of a stitch that you've made, pull your hook out, and you can see this piece of yarn here is quite long, and that's where we end up with the stretched top loop. So what you're going to do is just put your hook underneath and then come back into that loop and complete your stitch. Yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Okay, and again you can see that you've got all of those top loops exactly the same size. Normally it's only that first one that stretches out, because as you make the rest it's easy to keep everything pushed together so that you can get your stitches right. But if you find it easier, just yarn over once, make the bottom part of the stitch, pull out, pick up that loop, back into the working loop through 2 and through 2. Okay, so if you find it easier to do it that way, do it that way. If not, make sure that you shorten this gap where you've skipped stitches by folding your work to bring it as close as possible. Okay, I hope that helps you. Bye for now.